Monza is one of the most historic venues in Formula 1. It has been on the calendar every single year, bar 1 year in the 1980s, and the character and layout of the track has not changed that much in a sense in recent times, really. The only major change to the track was back in the late 50s, early 60s, when they got rid of the oval. Yes, there used to be a banked oval track at Monza back in the 1950s and 60s. They got rid of that eventually, deeming it to be too dangerous. Monza, though, has retained its place on the Formula 1 calendar in its current guise pretty much since the 80s, really. I mean, there's been some changes to the chicanes here and there. They've put the Ascari chicane in there, but this track has remained pretty much the same. And the history of the Italian Grand Prix at Monza goes back way further than even the World Championship in Formula 1, all the way back to the 1920s. This track was first used in 1922 for the Italian Grand Prix, where Pietro Bordini won in a Fiat. This was even before the days of Ferrari being founded, if I'm not mistaken. Ferrari, of course, winning the most Italian Grand Prix out of any manufacturer. They've won over 20 of them, if I do remember correctly. But yeah, what is the nickname of Monza, though? Because a lot of people call it Monza. Some people go for the full name of Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, of course. You know, you can call it many things, but what are the nicknames of Monza and how did it get this nickname? Well, there are two main nicknames that you will hear at some point during the race coverage this weekend. And the first of these probably is going to be the Temple of Speed. Of course, Italy is a very religious country. There are a lot of Catholics over there. They are very devout. Of course, Italy is kind of the home of the Vatican. I know the Vatican has the Vatican City, but it's surrounded by the capital city of Italy, Rome. So they are very religious as a result of that. And calling Monza a temple, somewhere where people go and congregate and they, by and large, support the same team, Ferrari, it's very much a religious pilgrimage almost in a sense. So hence why it is the Temple of Speed. Speed as well because traditionally this is the fastest venue in Formula 1. Average lap times in qualifying will top over 160 miles per hour on average, and the cars will easily go over 220 miles per hour at some point during this weekend. Back in the day as well, there didn't used to be chicanes as well. The Ascari chicane was put in the 1970s unless I'm mistaken, and the other chicanes as well, the first chicane and also the second chicane, they weren't there either. It was all straights and obviously ovals as well back in the day, like I mentioned too. So this has always been an incredibly fast venue, even back in the day when a lot of tracks were very fast as well. A lot of tracks were even quicker than what they are now, like Spa for example, but Monza was always the one. Monza was always the quickest one, and it was an absolute beast to try and tame. And the other you will probably hear is La Pista Magica, the magic track it literally translates to in English. I don't really need to explain this one, do I? You know, the atmosphere, the vibe around the place, the Ferrari fans, the Tifosi, you know, they all go there. They all make it a magic place to be on and off the track, and it is somewhere that is very much revered as much as well. So yeah, those are the two main nicknames of Monza, guys. Were you aware of them? If you watch Formula 1, you probably knew the Temple of Speed at an absolute minimum. Less people, I find, actually call it La Pista Magica, although in Italy, a lot of people do call it La Pista Magica, but outside of that, not many people really know that nickname. If you learned something today, great. If you didn't, well, I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Head over to our channel, head over to our website if you want to see much more content regarding the Italian Grand Prix and Formula 1 in general as well. Guys, like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and have a great day wherever in the world today. See you very soon.